Hi, in this video, I'm going to give you my take on sprays and mists. First, I'm going to show you how I've been using them, and then I'm going to show you how I did it. You can see on this page, what I did was I used it to change the color of the paper so that you get an overall reddish pink kind of effect. And it's just little drops. I didn't spray it to saturate the paper, but it was a white paper, and I changed the overall color of it. On this page, I used a border punch that then I sprayed over and used it as a mask. It's just so I can get out here and I get this little design left in the craft cardstock. And I liked that so much that I actually used the piece that I used as a mask and used it up here. So in this, I've completely changed the color of the paper. This was white and black. And then on this page, I did some masking. So I'm going to show you how I did that. I put this heart on here first, and then I cut a heart out of a piece of paper and laid it over the top of this and then sprayed so that the rest of the paper got the spray mist on it, and this stayed just its regular plain color. And on this page, I changed completely the way that this plain cardstock's color looked. I knew I wanted to use this felt swirl border trim piece, and so when I wanted it to come out from this corner, so I sprayed it at an angle. I'll show you how I did it from this side so that the color would come this way, combine with the movement of the swirls. So in this instance, I changed the whole look of the paper. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how I did those. Okay, so first I'm just going to show you really quickly, these are the different kind of mists that I'm using. This is the Studio Calico Mr. Huey's. This is from October Afternoon called the Sprinklers. This is the Smooch Spritz, the Maya Mists from Maya Road, and this is a Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist. I'll show you a little bit of each one of these and how I've done something with these. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is just show you how you can change the color or change the way that this paper is. So it's red, and maybe I just wanted a little more red in one corner than I did in someplace else. Take that one out. It's in my handy dandy little spray box that I've got with my grocery bag here. And I'm just going to start in this corner and kind of spray this way. You can see where it's kind of like curling up a little bit and soaking in quite a bit. So it is gonna make it kind of wet and kind of wrinkle a little bit. And somebody gave me this tip a long time ago to use a paper towel to soak up some of the extra. But you can see how now in this corner it's more concentrated red. And so if I were to do a layout with that, I could actually have it more, more red over here than the rest of it, and it would be kind of fun to have something coming out from this corner. And in addition to that, you can always take another mist. I use a lot of different ones all at the same time because I like the different effects. The Studio Calico is a matte mist. The Glimmer mists actually have a little bit of glimmer in them. And so you can actually use more than one on top of each other to create even a different effect. I would usually put a darker one on after the lighter one. And then you can get some of these spots on here that create even a different effect on there. So you can kind of see how it changes the look and feel of that paper and gives it a little bit of an aged look. I'm going to do this one too, just so you can kind of see. I'm going to use the Smooch. This one is actually quite glittery too. And I'm going to be honest, they're kind of messy. I don't think any of them actually don't leak. They all kind of leak a little bit onto your hands or inside them. This one actually does have a little bit of glitter, a little bit of glimmer to them. And it's kind of one of those trial and error kind of things when you spray it. Sometimes it's gonna go exactly where you want it, and you kind of have to be loose and easy with it, because sometimes the spray just kind of goes wherever it wants to go, and you kind of have to either accept that or be really careful about spraying it. So this one also, it just kind of gives it a little aged look, changes the look and feel a little bit. I'm just gonna really quickly show you on another thing here. The Maya Road actually has a little ball inside. You can kind of hear that and you shake it. It actually does have quite a bit of little glitter in it. That one had a really nice little mist, and it kind of was really concentrated and went this way. And how I did that, and this is what I did in that page where I have the swirls and it's coming out from one corner, is actually holding it at an horizontally away and not directly above it. If I sprayed it directly above it, it's going to look like that. And sometimes they will make a little star because it has 4 little mists that are coming out. But if I want to do it just from one corner and make it just look like it's concentrating there and it'll be darker here and lighter going out, you need to hold it horizontally, or so that they're parallel with one another, and so it goes this direction. So then I'm going to show you how I created that heart and I did the masking. I do it kind of the kindergarten way, unless I want to do it freehand. and cut a heart right out of the middle, because I wanted to have just the rest of my paper be safe and have just the heart be sprayed. You can't, obviously, you could, if you were going to do it, you know, cut up straight up in here and do a hand, but then you're going to have a cut right here, and you run the risk of having ink spray in between that crack. So, you know, having to either cut right from the middle is the best way to go ahead and do that. So then you're just going to lay it on your paper. It's, you know, unless you want it really flat, you could use some sort of temporary adhesive. I'm not overly concerned about it maybe coming out just a little bit, bleeding in the edges, unless you really want it precise. This is the October afternoon. And I'm going to do a little bit more over here, and I'm going to let these ones sit over here like this, so it has a little bit more light with some of those really heavy little drops. I kind of like that look, but it got kind of heavy right here in the middle, so I'm just going to, it was just sitting. Sometimes that ink will just sit right on top, so I'm just going to blot it like that. And there you have your heart. Obviously, I needed to make sure I had it all the way out to the edge of the page so that it wasn't going to spray on the edges too. Luckily, this isn't my layout, and so it is always a good idea to try things first. And I do want to mention, like I said, they are kind of messy. Don't be afraid. Just make sure that you're prepared and ready to clean up after all the little sprays and the things that come out after you're done spraying them. And then there's the opposite. You can use your heart then as your mask. Everybody's using masks. You can either, you know, cut your own out of a piece of paper like this. Studio Calico has some really popular ones out right now. There are all kinds of really fun things you can do like this. But this one, so this is how I did that one where I wanted my heart to be safe, and I wanted to just spray the outside. And this one you do kind of want to spray from above so that you're not getting it underneath your heart or underneath your shape. And you want to do it quickly, because you can see this piece absorbed the ink and then curled up, and now it just made itself flat again after it started to dry, because otherwise it will curl up and come up, and then your shape is no longer where you want it to be. I'm just going to peel that away. And then you have your shape on the inside that's left clean, and all of the spray on the outside, which would be kind of cool if you were doing a sun and you sprayed, and then you can have all of the rays coming out. All kinds of fun ideas with that. The other thing you can do, oh geez, is use stickers as masks and put that on there. You want to be careful you don't leave it too long, because it will stick forever. And then peel that away. If you don't stick it down too hard, you are going to get a little bit of spray. I think that's actually from the one I sprayed before. Also, as a masking technique, you can put letter stickers down to create a title that stays in the background paper and peel those away. You have all kinds of possibilities to do with the masking. Punch borders, all kinds of really fun stuff. So I think that's it for sprays and how I've used them. I hope you have a good time. Try them out. Check all the different sprays out. They all have some really interesting qualities, and don't be afraid just to spray away and have fun.